It's time I stop procrastinating. I need this bike back on the road. Right, this is going to be the focus of this video. Not the Virago at the back, but this. My Lifan King swing arm. I've been putting off doing this job for a good few months now. I had wanted to get my workshop / showroom done before doing this, but that is dragging on as well for various reasons, which I won't go into. For those of you who don't know, this is part 2, hopefully the final part in this saga. In previous episodes, the Lifan King failed its MOT, excessive play in the swing arm, and also the rear shock absorbers not doing anything, not absorbing shocks. Now, I've acquired some new shock absorbers and springs for the back. They're really easy. They're not really the focus of the video because it's just 2 bolts per shock absorber and they're on. The bulk of the work has been this thing. Now, originally I ordered a new swing arm for it, a Suzuki swing arm, and it looked almost identical, but it didn't fit. It doesn't fit. Fuck's sake. For fuck's sake! So plan B was to reuse this existing swing arm. Now, I could have just gone down the route of replacing the bushes, and we are still going to replace the bushes. I have got new bushes in the shed. Don't quite know where I've put them, but they're in there somewhere. And you put them in there, put the whole thing back together, and away you go. However, I decided to make it a bit more complicated because I've been talking about restoring the Lifan King for a while now, and really turn it into a nice bike that I can be proud of, you know. Maybe not nice to everyone else's eye, but, you know, just doing jobs on it, having fun in, you know, working on it, and making YouTube videos about it. So I decided, whilst I've got this off, strip back all this manky paint work, and do something about this rust, and just make it, well, restore it as best I can within my limited skill set. So that's what we're going to do here. We've got a wire brush, and I want to strip this paintwork back. I've then got some anti-rust spray that can go on the whole thing, and then we're going to spray it black again, and it should hopefully look quite nice, as long as you don't look too closely at it. And then, with a bit of luck, put the whole bike back together, get it for its MOT, and I'm really hoping it passes, and I can start riding it again, because I do miss riding my little bike. The big Virago's great, but sometimes I just want my little 125. So, right, let's crack on with it then. So for the first task, stripping down the paint, I'm going to be using quite a simple wire brush on a drill. This will quite easily take off this paint on its own, and it should take off the top layer of rust, ready for us to get the rust proofing straight on. It'll also get rid of some of this mud that's still left on it. The hard part is going to be getting into all the little nooks and crannies. I have got different sizes, but if need be, we can just get some sandpaper in there or file and just do that bit by hand. Shouldn't be a big deal. One more thing, I don't normally do safety announcements on this. My PPE is limited, but for this I am going to be wearing safety goggles. If you're going to do something like this at home, these wire brushes, if one strand comes off at speed, it will just blind you. I've seen it happen before, back when I was in the motor trade. One lad severely damaged his eye with one of these metal shards, got stuck in there. Thankfully, didn't puncture his eye, but got stuck behind his eye, and of course then when he was looking around it was scratching away. He ended up needing surgery to remove it. Very nasty injury it was, so I am wearing safety goggles, and if you're doing anything like this yourself, you should too. Right, let's get on with it. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. Now, I've managed to get all the paint off, at least as far as I can tell. I've spent probably the past 10-15 minutes going over it, cleaning off the last little specks of the paint. Some of it put up a hell of a fight against the wheel, but it's off. Now, some of it, as you can see here, has gone back to nice shiny metal, which is nice, but some of it, the bits where the rust was quite bad, have stayed rusty. Now, I could just keep on going, just keep grinding and grinding and grinding until it's all nice and shiny and looks like new. But A, that's going to take hours. This has already taken me hours. I want to get this done at some point in my life. And B, I've bought rust proofing and proper paint for this exact job. So if anything, the rust is probably a good thing that it's there. And if I keep going, I don't know how much swing arm I'm going to have left. I could see the metal coming away as I was doing this. So, yeah, that's as good as it's going to get. Next stage, we need to get it sprayed. So let's go to the spray booth. Actually, sorry, got ahead of myself a bit there. Need to deal with the rust first, and we don't need the spray booth for that because this stuff comes in little bottles with little brushes. Now, granted, most of the rust is gone, but we still have quite a bit of surface rust, and that is exactly what this is for. So what it says is, use a wire brush to remove loose rust, which we've done. Brush apply Hammerite rust to remove a gel liberally. I've gone with Hammerite because I've used it before for this sort of stuff, and it's generally really good. So, yeah, that's just what I've gone with. And it was only £4 a tub. I got 2 tubs. Can't complain at that. Normally, Hammerite is a bit more expensive than that. So, yeah, let's go with this. Work the gel into the surface. Yeah, easy enough. Leave for 15 to 29 minutes. Bit precise. Then wash off. Repeat the process, applying additional gel as necessary at 30-minute intervals for a period of 2 to 3 hours or until the rust is removed. Hopefully it doesn't take 2 to 3 hours because, well, I've got most of the rust off and I kind of want to get on with something else with my life. If the rust has not been completely removed, repeat the procedure, allow to dry. To prevent new rust forming, the surface should be overcoated the same day. Well, that's precisely what I plan on doing. I've got some nice grey primer and then some nice black paint that's going to go on it. So, at the very least, we want to get the primer on today, and we can always paint it tomorrow. After use, remove as much gel as possible from brushes. Before cleaning with running water, use a wire brush to assist. I'm not entirely sure what this is going to do. I mean, it says you just sort of clean it off, like you just run it under some water to clean it off. But then it also says I might need a wire brush to get the gel off. We'll have to find out. Right, let's crack on with it. Right, let's make a start. One other thing, I should probably apologise for the wind noise. For some reason it's just really windy all of a sudden. Never mind, I need to crack on. Right, yeah, let's do it. Okay, well, the packaging definitely says convenient to use with integral brush. Look, there is no brush. I thought it was going to be take the cap off and there'd be a little brush on the inside and... Right, okay. I need to go find a paintbrush then. Fuck's sake. Found an old skanky paintbrush, because somehow I think the brush is going to be sacrificial in this case. It said apply it liberally, so that is what we shall do. Right, let's give that a while, see what happens. Okay, well this is weird. It's had its 20 minutes and it's formed this, I don't know, it's like a coating. This isn't wet anymore. There's a few bits where I've got it on a bit thick, like here. It's weird, it's like a plastic coating. I can't even scratch it off. I'm gonna go try rinsing it off, see what happens, but yeah, very weird. I'll look down here where the worst of it was. It's sort of yeah, it's formed almost like a gloss coating. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. One thing to note though, it also, apart from drying, doesn't appear to have done anything. The rust is exactly the same. We'll rinse it off, see what it looks like, but it's not making any bloody difference. I think I'll give it one more coating, and if nothing happens, I'm just going to skip ahead to the painting and priming. Okay, quick rinse. It doesn't look that different. I hosed it off in the shower in the end, because fuck it, why not, it's running water. It's turned the bit that was nice and shiny brown, but I don't think it's reacted with that. I think that's just where it's washed off. Now, interestingly, that plasticky coating came off in lumps when I washed it off, and if I scrubbed it down, there was brown liquid coming off as well, which tells me it is reacting with this rust and taking it off. I don't know how well it's doing it. I mean, it doesn't look like there's really any less. I mean, it certainly looks better than when I started this. When I first started this project, this thing looked a mess. This looks a whole world better. I think I'm going to do one more coat of the anti-rust, and then whatever state it's in, we're going to get it painted. Because the primer I've bought is designed to stick to this sort of surface as well. I don't really need to do the anti-rust, but I'm doing it anyway just to be thorough. Also, I've just noticed some of the welding on this. Little spots. You can tell this is cheap. But fuck it, it's what I've got. Right, let's crack on. Okay, I think this is as good as it's going to get. That last coat seemed to do even less than the first one. In places it may be a bit better, but I think that this is as far as it's going to go. I could spend all day putting this rust proofing on, taking it off and trying again. The idea that this is going to go to a nice new shiny part, it's just not going to happen. It just won't. And all that's happening really is I'm starting to tarnish the nice shiny metal that I had. Going to move on. We're going to get it in the booth at last and get it primed. So let's get on with that. Thank you for watching this video on doing stuff and filming it. Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And as always, thank you for watching.